Calais. Yes, I'm Calais Dixon. I'm the Drama Life Prison. I'm the legally blind artist that is rapping and painting for justice, hoping, because you got to hold your breath for justice, to see justice before it all fades to black. Yes, it's your girl Cadillac. I forgot. I just turned the volume back up because I didn't think I was going to record because I did not finish the chapter in the book, and I've been reviewing the book. So I literally thought I was going to record afterwards, and then I'm like, oh, since I didn't finish the chapter, I'm not going to be recording. But I forgot. I still got to record my Viso vlog. So yesterday was Viso. We went to visit my husband. Kind of got to work. I mean, not work. I'm sorry. Kind of got to Viso at the same time as usual, right at the cusp of count. This time, I was so tired because I went to the theme park with my cousin. She is basically leaving Florida, moving because of the cost of living, moving to another state. Y'all know Florida is really like, I didn't know that. I literally thought every place was like just as high as it is here. But just visiting South Carolina and seeing that it wasn't like it is here. She's telling me that Ohio is not like it is here. I'm like, okay, so what's going on with Florida? Like, why is Florida so high? Like, cost of living so freaking darn high. And I literally thought it was just me, me complaining again, because that's all I seem to do. But now I actually seen, I can't remember her full screen name, but her name is Homestead something. If I find that video, I'll link it. But it was people literally saying, do not, allegedly, don't move to Florida till you know that, baby, you barely can afford to live here in Florida, girl. And I grew up here my whole life, so where do I go off to? And plus, my husband is locked up here. If y'all help me free him, then we could be free to. I think he do actually want to get the jail up out of Florida. Like, we may make that move to South Carolina once he gets out. But as long as he's behind the bars, I gotta be here in Florida, y'all. So yeah, so we went to the theme park with her before she leaves. So I was tired, but he called. He was like, "Are you still gonna come to Viso? Ain't you gonna be tired?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be tired, but I'm gonna be there." So I got there. The kids were tired, but I was able to get up, get them ready, get myself ready. But I didn't get up. I got up earlier than I thought I was gonna get up, simply because my daughter calls around what 7ish, 8, which was almost the time I was supposed to get up. But she's like, "Oh, I forgot my laptop. Do you mind swinging by my job to drop it off?" And I'm like, when he was at the last facility, that low key would have been on the way. But this time it wasn't so much on the way. But because it was off of the I-4 corridor, I technically was able to do it. It took me an extra 30 something to 40 minutes to go take her a laptop. Then I had to go deposit the money so I can get the fresh food on the vending machine, from the vending machine for him, and the kids to eat. And then an hour to Viso. So that was this week. And so upon getting there, I'm like, okay, Marcello, the kids, they like to go outside and play. My grandson loves running in circles. We got to make sure we can always find his shoes because he likes to run around. Now, there was an issue that almost caused a bigger issue, where one day I could not find his shoes and my grandson had on socks. He's 1.5. He's not even, so you can bring a baby out with socks. But his socks were mismatching. And a visitor basically another incarcerated citizens, visitors were kind of making remarks about the baby's socks, and Marcello was about to get offended. Like, and okay, taking offense out here in society, and people are keyboard warriors online, but face to face they hardly will say the same things they'll say online to you. But in a prison setting, I'm sorry, you got to be careful the things that you say. If things are disrespectful, if they're taken to be disrespectful, it may not cause problems for you out here, but the loved ones in there, they gonna figure that out. It's all about respect in there. And if anybody feels disrespected, that's gonna be an issue. So it was, I'm like, Marcello, just let it be. They don't know the struggle I went through to get my grandchildren. I literally worked before visitation at a theme park, so it'd be so hard. And Marcello is in a different city, about an hour away from me, so it's not the easiest thing to work until morning and then get up a couple of hours later, get your grandchildren ready, get yourself ready, and then get to Viso. But people rarely, before they judge you, they rarely think about, well, maybe the person could be struggling. That's just not how life is set up. People just judge you, right? So that was an issue that I thought about that I hadn't shared. But this time we get there, so I'm like, he got his shoes on, he could run around in the little field, and I seen that I felt like it was gonna rain. It looked, because when I was driving through, you drive through the rain, so the rain is headed that way. So I'm like, hey, Marcello, it was right at count, right? Almost. So we made it a few moments before count. So I'm like, if you're gonna let the babies play, you better go ahead and let them play outside, because they have a little play area inside. So Marcello's like, come on, princess, you can come back later. Let's just go on outside, let you play or whatever. And the moment they kind of went outside, we started feeling drips. And then they called count. And upon calling count, that is when it started to rain. But it wasn't raining bad, but it did start to rain. So the guard, I'm like, I'm just going to go inside on the inside instead of like on the porch area. And that's when I heard the guard say, well, if we have to bring them in to count them on the porch, the visitors are going to have to come inside the building. So thank God, as I was walking through the building anyway, I went on and took the first seat that I seen inside. So they count. Marcello comes back and he's like, oh, you found a seat. I found one of the last seats. So I'm literally about to get up soon to go get the food. Princess has a little game she's playing with, and Ko and Marcello are playing. Like, Ko just loves, like, when they walk in, when you they Marcello beats me up there at the visitation this time. At other places, they didn't let him in before I got there. Like at the last place, the Central Florida Reception Center, like your visitor had to be there, then you can come in. So sometimes that delays it. But this place literally is so fast about bringing your loved one up there that Marcello beats me there. So as we're coming through from getting searched or whatever, the kids, as soon as they hit the doorway, they can see Marcello. They both take off running towards Marcello, and it's almost like a foot race as to who can get to Granddad the fastest, right? And he picks them both up, and everyone, like, it takes, everyone is always looking. One guy was like, that's true love, like that is true love, like it gets their attention or whatever. So he's hugging Marcello. He is so in love with his grandfather, my grandson. So he plays, but he plays so rough. This little boy is strong as jail. Like, he gonna be a whopper when he gets bigger. He's gonna be one of the big tall guys. Um, from what I could foresee, KO is tough, and his little punches and scratches hurt. So he's technically like wrestling with Marcello almost, and Marcello's like nuzzling him like that and whatever. And when KO gets excited, he screams. He's like, ah, like that. And he did it a few times, and then, all right, well, anyways, Marcello, that was him calling. It was only $2 on the phone, so the conversation was only about a good 10 minutes, but 10 to maybe 15 minutes. But I was driving as we were talking, so I'm down the road. But I told him we was at Portofino, and I was like, wow, this is the place that we literally used to dream about staying when we were kids. And we kind of reminisce for a minute. But we're coming on the cusp of actually being older and one day actually fulfilling that dream of that we had as young adults. Okay, so back to the story. Anyway, so KO, my grandson, is like excited and playing, you know how guys wrestle, whatever. So he's wrestling with Mark out of screen. He's just he did it a couple, and then the guard comes from. So at this place, the guard is like stand, you know, thing and go in like a almost like the court. You know how the judge is on a lifted podium? That's how the guard is watching, I guess, so they can see whatever's going on or whatever in the Viso room on the inside. So, basically, she comes down and comes over, and she's usually always so nice. So she does do it in the very nicest way. And she's like, if you can't stop him from screaming, we're gonna have to ask you guys. I'll be put out a 1 year old. Marcello didn't get upset though. I was surprised because I really thought Marcello was gonna get mad. Like, huh? But the people literally next to us were getting mad. They're like, huh? How can you control a 1.5-year old from he's excited to see his grandfather. Like literally, like, and the incarcerated citizen that was visiting the lady next to me was like, they just want to control everything. Like, dude, that's crazy. But yeah, so that's the one thing that stood out about this week's Viso. All right, guys. Left Viso. They gone to bed on my trip back home. And then we had went out to visit my cousin at. I do have that vlog from Portofino, so that all adventure started yesterday. We went out to Olive Garden to eat. I was so hungry by that time. My sugar was dropping, and that Olive Garden was packed, girl. But this time I got something other than my go-to, that fettuccine and chicken fettuccine. I got something else. It was really good. It really was good what she suggested, but I don't remember what it was called. So by the time I ate the breadsticks and the salad, because you know you get full off of that, then my sister, she didn't want her soup. I was like, girl, you don't pass up nothing free or included, because it wasn't free. It came with the meal. I'm like, run me that minestrone soup. Girl, that minestrone soup was on point. It's vegetable soup. Ate her vegetable soup, the breadsticks, the salad, and that salad, literally, Olive Garden salad reminds me of my mama. My mama loved Olive Garden and Red Lobster. But yeah, ate that whole salad bowl by myself, the soup and some bread. I was going to bed, and I literally couldn't even eat my meal. So I was gonna get that $6 take. Like once you order, you could take a meal with you to warm up. But literally, my meal I didn't even touch. Princess didn't even touch them. You know how they come with the cheese to sprinkle, and she's like, "I want cheese on my." The girl got French fries and chicken nuggets. So the lady's like doing the little grate cheese over the French fries and chicken nuggets. She looks at it and then she doesn't eat nothing. So literally, we took that to go. I took my meal to go, and Juju, my little nephew, the one came over, and he was like, "What's that you eating? Oh, you got Olive Garden? Where you got Olive Garden?" At?" So he literally ate her leftovers. So long as it didn't go to waste, girl, because we don't have monies like that. I literally got one thing I can buy per check. That is for myself. All right, guys, I will talk to y'all later. It's your girl Cadillac. And I got to remember, I'm going to stop right now and do it, matter of fact, because I will forget. I got to put in the Viso, schedule Viso for this week. Because, like I was just telling Marcello, he was like, "You didn't do it yet?" And I'm like, "No, I put it on my to do list and I keep forgetting." But if it gets to Wednesday, 5 p.m. sharp, and you wake up on Thursday and be like, "Oh, I didn't put in Viso." You ain't visiting this week. So I'm going to do it right now because I don't trust myself to remember. Even though I put reminders in my phone, I literally will put an alarm in my phone, but I'll snooze it. I put it on my calendar and I try to remember. I'll even text it to myself. That's how bad I try to remember to schedule Viso, but all in all, I'm still human. All right, guys, I will talk to you later. Here's your girl Cadillac.